Bandidos. What's up? Your boy Tux here, and if you're scrolling through Reddit threads or YouTube guides trying to find the real up-to-date scoop on your Division 2 questions, you're not alone. Most online chatters stale or straight up wrong. Year 7's got the game humming again, but the web's littered with outdated takes. I've poured 10,194 hours into this since launch day 2019, catching every dev stream, every title update twist, and yeah, I weathered those grim years when they recycled missions and ditched PC fixes like yesterday's loot. Battle for Brooklyn DLC dropped May 27th, spiking concurrent players over 200% on Steam from 4K to nearly 15K peaks, proving the fire's back with a vengeance. Today, I'm slamming those burning questions with unfiltered facts from my endless runs, live patches, and Year 7 Mid-Season 1 updates, plus metrics that shatter myths, like newbies catching up to vets in mere days. We'll unpack if it's worth your time, grind hacks for real progress, exotic farms dropping one every 5 minutes, and builds that solo shred without breaking a sweat. This arms you to decide if the Division 2 is something you want to dive into or dodge. No holding back. Let's do this.
Wait, did we just become best friends? So nice to meet you. I think you're cool.
Piece of shit wristwatch.
So let's kick off with the big one. Is Division 2 still worth playing or buying in 2025? Especially with Division 3 whispers floating around. Hell yes it is, especially if you're into those loot chases that keep you glued for sessions on end. Snag the Ultimate Edition for about 20 bucks and you're set for at least 200 hours before you even realize it. As for Division 3, the latest leaks have it stuck in early dev limbo, not dropping until 2028 at the earliest, so it's not casting any real shadow yet. If you dipped out right after Warlords of New York, like so many did, jumping back in now hits different because the devs finally turned things around after those rough patches. They ramped up the quality starting in Year 6, and it feels like the game's just hitting its stride. Take the Battle for Brooklyn DLC that launched May 27th for 15 bucks. It's the first fresh story DLC in 5 years, throwing you into a raw campaign battling cleaners and Rikers across New Brooklyn turf, complete with handy skills like smart cover and an exotic mask. That fresh energy flows right into the revamped seasons, where weekly scouts hunts build up to intense master difficulty showdowns and handcrafted missions that force smart team plays and reward you with highly anticipated new exotics. Modes like Countdown's quick 15-minute loot rushes, Descent's unpredictable roguelike loops, and Paradise Lost Incursions layer on the variety, breathing new life into DC and New York's jaw-dropping open worlds so they never feel played out. And the horizontal progression, it's a game changer with seasonal modifiers cranking things like instant skill cooldown resets, totally reshaping your builds each time without wiping out what you've earned, keeping the grind addictive instead of repetitive. Even the apparel side stepped up, though it's on the pricier end at 15 to 20 bucks a set. These new tactical looks actually nail the post-apocalyptic vibe way better than the old generic stuff, giving your agent that sharp edge. Sure, bugs creep in, from stubborn audio hiccups to enemies rubber banding in laggy spots, and the team's response time isn't great. Yesterday's TU 24.2 brought in a new apparel event right on time, while the stash bug we've had since launch still lingers mid-season. Playing on Xbox, my sessions stay rock solid stable. Even if the DLC rush bumped server stutters 20% back in June, we've cleared that hurdle now. Matchmaking seals the deal, snapping full groups together in 1 to 3 minutes during busy hours. And with all the fresh faces pouring in, if you're a noob, you won't feel out of place. How's Endgame evolved with Year 7 updates? Replayability is a rising star. Brooklyn's map expansion delivers fresh control points amid cleaner Riker turf wars with replayable sides and mains. DC and Manhattan stay core, but Year 6 paved the way. No Wony needed for level 40 and SHD watch anymore, letting you grind endgame straight in DC without Keener's arc. Stash balloon to 450 base plus 150 per character, up to 1050 if you own all DLCs and Year 1 pass, easing that inventory nightmare by 30%. Tinkering ditched old benches for field swaps, letting you tweak attributes mid-mission for adaptive plays. Manhunts became scouts. Weekly bite-sized targets building to master bosses, now skippable if you want, but they reward full runs with hefty exotic components. Priority objectives, game changer, like slot machines dishing resources, XP, and caches, solving farm droughts with continued efficient and variable farming. Is the grind worth it for new players in 2025 or vet skewed? It's flipped toward rookies. Catch-up tools let you rival vets in hours, not months. Countdown's your gateway. 15 to 20 minute runs, net 40 to 50 targeted loot pieces, heavy on exotics at 5 to 7% drops, casual enough for fresh agents to matchmake and extract loads of gear and credits for vendor caches. Priority objectives crank it. 11 exotics hourly across 4 characters. Plus, revamped projects yielding 2 times better rewards. XP events seal it. 2x, 3x, even 5x boosts shrink the SHD watch gap. Hit level 1000 full power in a weekend versus the old 4 to 6 weeks, with seasonal modifiers providing powerful boosts to player performance that can even overshadows a vet's fully optimized build. Vets earned their edge, but a newbie with these can run legendaries in days, closing power disparities through smart buffs. Another cool thing are the new milestone caches for new players. You get these during your progress from level 1 to 30, and they even include some key exotics. Huge. Best start for new or returning players without overwhelm. Check my new and returning player playlist and level 40 guide on YouTube for more details. But here's the quick on what you need to know. Snag Brooklyn DLC for $15. It packs a level 40 boost. Boost one character to 40 in 15 minutes as your endgame main. Then roll another character to experience the story at your own pace. 20 to 30 hours, blending mains and sides. Focus endgame on 3 core builds. Get your SHD watch to level 1000 for basic power needs and complete your tinkering library. And don't mind the expertise system in the early days. Depending on when you join, the events calendar dictates whether you can nail all of this in 1 to 3 days during XP boost events or weeks otherwise. Doing it right means you are playing a lot of countdown control points and using priority objectives. Unlocking new exotics and efficient farming. What's the 2025 drop rate? General pool exotics hit via targeted open world RNG, 3 to 5%. Exotic caches from event reward tracks, vendors, and weekly projects are solid and guaranteed. Using the countdown game mode and extractions for credits, you can get 2 to 4 per hour. Dark Zone credits buy caches too if you like to spend time doing that. Global events net 1 exotic cache per hour, and you have Danny the Gunrunner once per week too. So exotics are everywhere, but priority objectives dominate. Up to 11 guaranteed exotics hourly swapping characters. That's 1 every 5 minutes. Beats old ways by 2 times. My fresh exotic farm video breaks it down. Top meta builds for solo, PvE, and legendary. You should know that the new modifiers shift metas seasonally, but these staples endure. Striker with Obliterate Chest, St. Elmo's exotic AR. Crit focused for solid bursts on tough content. Hotshot Sniper is a must-have for new players needing to XP farm. Headhunter Chest, Vigilance Backpack with headshot damage everywhere. Use the White Death or SR1 Sniper for one-shots over 20 million. The Refactor skill build is even great for legendary strongholds and to support your team too. Be sure to use your Capacitor exotic AR for more power and kinetic momentum on your chess piece. For legendary teams, these come together for a good composition. Striker leads DPS, Refactor MVPs with those heals, and by distracting enemies. How viable are skill builds in 2025 versus weapon damage builds? Super viable. You can even solo legendaries with them. Lately, the game has received some really cool team support skill build gear sets too. Refactor heals using skill damage, measured assembly eats explosives, and enemy tech. Skill builds are easier to make than DPS setups, but weapon-based builds are always going to be boss. How do you level expertise fast? Max expertise is 30 now. A long haul, but doable. The more items you get proficient, the higher your expertise level. The goal is to be proficient with every item in the library. You want to do expertise levels 1 to 15 organically. Wear gear for kill, XP, and donate junk. That's it. Post level 15, printer filaments rule. 3,000 filaments gets 1 item proficient. You get printer filament from mod deconstructing or watch buys, 45 per scavenging point. XP farming on heroic with 5 directives during 5 XXP events are the very fastest way to do this. The events have a 1,000 level cap, netting 45,000 filaments for 15 items. Full proficient. Huge expertise jumps. Outside of events, proficient XP farming gets you 20 to 24 levels hourly with 5x events, 100 to 120 levels per hour. If you don't have a top tier XP farm build, get one. see my vid. If your watch is under 1,000, it's not efficient because you will only get 1 scavenger point every 5 SHD levels. Post 1,000, every level you earn delivers 1. On top of directives and a good build, priority objectives amp it with more XP rewards. There have been discounted proficiency events like last season that cut costs 50%. Fingers crossed for repeats in the future. Best game settings for gameplay edge: flip skills on group frame to spy cooldowns, crank field of view to see inbound flanks better. Switch combat text from scrolling text to floating for clutter-free fights. Center your UI minimap, top for quick glances. Ditch aim assist for precision on headshot builds, and tweak sensitivity a little at a time until it feels just right. Enable on-screen keyboard for team chats. And here's a good one: add Tritanopia color blind mode to get a visual on skill limits, especially for heals and explosives. This also helps you see those inbound mortars. Go into your system privacy settings and allow for invites from players not on your friends list. This ensures you get those invites for backup and shepherding XP. Best farms for specific gear like named items, targeted loot in zones like the East Mall and Southwest is great, and heroic bosses have a higher chance at named drops from 10 to 15%. Focus on heroic control points and bounties for efficiency. Summit's floor 10 boss loops and targeted loot is also a good source, but countdown reigns. Hordes of named items at the end, and credits for named item caches from the countdown vendor, including Dark Zone exclusives. Global events are great for this too. 3 named item caches per hour is what you can get on heroic with directives. Also, missions like Camp White Oak boss drops give specific named items. If you're after a specific one, that can help. If you play Descent a lot, you can earn reconstruction caches that give you a named item blueprint. Then you can craft them forever and ever. Bandidos, hopefully I answered some of your lingering questions. If this sparked your trigger finger, like sub and all that jazz, and hit comments if I missed your questions, I'll tackle them next. See you in the field.
Thank you for hanging out with me. I'm Tuxedo Bandido, and if you found this video helpful, be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications so you don't miss out on the good stuff I have coming for you. And if you like content like this, be sure to check out the video I have recommended for you right here. If you have anything you would like me to cover, be sure to let me know in the comments below. And thank you to all the channel members and donors who make things possible. Tux Nation wouldn't be the same without you.
When you buy a game from Ubisoft, enter the creator code Tuxedo Bandido to support the channel. Easy peasy.
Wait, did we just become best friends?